For aviation lovers, the biggest event of the year is now set to get underway tomorrow morning. However, the grounds at EAA AirVenture are already busy with pilots flying in and others setting up. In a First Alert update, Sam Goodman gives us a glimpse of the excitement now building up.
On the eve before EAA AirVenture, it's nonstop activity across the Wittman Regional Airport grounds.
There's a lot going on, and it's not even full yet.
It's the not so calm before the storm of one of aviation's busiest weeks. Volunteers and workers across the grounds make last-minute preparations. This includes making sure vendor booths are stocked and everything is in place before the gates open for visitors from all around the world coming to Oshkosh. On this Sunday, the planes continuously landing, attracting crowds all along the runway. One person describing the atmosphere as a big rush and the journey to get here rewarding.
And as always with a lot of projects, when you get toward the end, trying to get everything done and get the project in is just a lot of work. But then this is the great part, get to bring the aircraft up here, get to share it with the rest of the community and let everybody see it.
All of this as hundreds of thousands of people arrive Monday morning for a week of pilots putting on a show, performing incredible stunts in all types of aircraft. But before that happens, many are spending time Sunday night in campgrounds, connecting with friends and fellow aviation lovers. Their excitement is palpable.
But I love coming here. There is absolutely everything aviation related here, cannot miss and cannot get enough of it. When the real show starts on Monday, there's like 5 places I want to be at the same time, and I cannot get enough of it.
Reporting in Oshkosh, Sam Goodman, Action 2 News.